Hi guys, it's Stephanie. It's Sunday, March 27th. So today we have another super quiet, relaxing, glorious day. As most of you guys know, I don't have a lot of friends. And most of the socializing that I do is probably on my job with customers and other associates that I work with. Once I leave my home, I pretty much have the entire time to myself. One of the most difficult things that some transgender people go through, including me, is establishing a strong, friendly-based relationship. It's difficult. Not that I have a hard time doing it, it's just that some of the people I come across, I feel like they're not open to a friend's relationship, or they have too many questions in their minds and they're afraid to ask. So sometimes that prevents them from going forward. Sometimes they just don't want to say the wrong thing to us, and that's a barrier that I think exists between me making more friends than I otherwise would have if I had never transitioned. But anyway, before I move forward, I want to say thank you to all of my subscribers. If you're just a visitor checking out my channel for the first time, and if you see anything that resonates with you, please consider to subscribe, and hope you enjoy my channel. We'll be right back with more. Yeah, so because of those issues that I've just described to you, that's the way my life's been, more so from the last 3 to 4 years after I ended my last relationship. And the first 10 years when I lived here, when I moved here, back here in 2007, it was like 10 straight years, because I was going through my transition and I was afraid of getting into a committed relationship, girlfriend type, because my transition wasn't completed back then. But now that it's been completed for, I don't know, close to 15 years or so, that's the issue that I'm finding exists. Some people are friendlier than others. There are friendly people out there. If you approach them, they can converse with you. But I think that's where the line is drawn with them. They're just not committing as a full-fledged hang around with me type friend that I like to have. So that being said, that explains why sometimes, so that's why most of the time on my days off, I'm doing things by myself. Like today was a very, very peaceful day. I went for a walk downtown. And today, one of the most interesting happened. As I was walking downtown, I was approaching this woman that looked like she might have been a homeless person. So I went up to her. As I was walking up to her, she said hi, and I said hi. And most of the time when I'm walking downtown, if I see somebody who might be homeless, I know they're probably going to ask me for money. Sometimes if I have a little bit of cash, I might give them a couple of bucks. That's the extent of it. But if I don't have them, I'm very honest. I'm very honest with them, and I'll tell them that I have a debit card, I don't have any cash, and that I'm sorry. But this woman was very persistent today. She said, all I want you is to buy me a little drink. I don't have any money. I said, sure, I can do that. And she said to me, why don't we go in this Chinese restaurant and just buy me a drink? Just sit down with me and have a drink. She didn't mean a drink as in alcohol. She meant a beverage. So I thought about it real quick. I said, sure, why not? So by looking at her, I can see that she was very clean. She wasn't ragged or dirty, none of that stuff. She had a moped, like I said, and she had a lot of bags on her moped. And I noticed she has some sandwiches in some carrying box that's attached to her moped. So anyways, to make a long story short, we went inside this Asian restaurant and we sat down and she introduced myself. I told her my name was Stephanie, and I ordered her a drink, and I wasn't thirsty, nor was I hungry, so I didn't want to buy anything for myself. So we had an Asian drink. I think it was rice tea or something like that. And so the waiter bought a big cup, and she asked for a second cup, and she gave me half of the drink that I had bought. And she proceeded to tell me that she lives at the Salvation Army and that she donates to their homeless there because she stays there. And she told me she was from New York. And she was in a strained relationship from her family, mainly her daughter. And I told her that I'm pretty much distant from my family too. I mean, I talk to my parents and my brothers and sisters, but I have a strained relationship with my son, as you know. And so we ended up talking for about maybe 20 to 25 minutes as we sipped on our drink. And then I told her that I had to go, and I left. But what I'm trying to say is I'm open to being friendly with people. I try to be non-judgmental with everybody. She was very, very, very friendly with me, but I was starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable. You know, here she was telling me she was homeless, but yet she's telling me that she's going to travel to Israel, travel to different countries and whatnot. And as she's telling me this, I'm looking at her. I'm like, okay, so you have money saved up, according to what she's told me. And she says she's going to travel because she saves her money. She saves her money, but she's hitting me up for free drink at this restaurant. So I was starting to feel a little bit put off by it. I was under the impression that she was homeless and she had no money. But we're sitting at the bar. She's telling me that she saves her money and that she works. And the reason why she's in this predicament was that her bag got stolen, that she had all her IDs and her Social Security card, and she was going to go to Social Security this week and try to regain all her IDs and Social Security card and all of the things that were stolen. But I was under the wrong impression. But I still treated her with respect. After I had my half a drink, I said goodbye, and that was it. But that's how my day was today. After I spoke with this stranger, I went on my business and I went for my walk downtown. I went to the doggy park. I sat down, there's some people watching. And then I came home. I changed my clothes and I had a yogurt. Then I went again to my favorite other park, which is a park in Bradenton where a lot of people go, and there's a skateboard park where kids go. And all in all, my day was very, very quiet. That's how my day was. The skies was incredibly clear. Not a single cloud in the sky. And it wasn't incredibly hot. It was about low 70s. And when it was getting late, I came home. I took a nap. And when I got up, I was feeling like I wanted to go for another bike ride. Okay? So I went for another bike ride today. And I ended up doing another 10 miles. I did 10 miles yesterday. I did 10 miles today. I felt so super energized. And this is today's recap on my bike ride. So, again, my bike ride today was 58 minutes, almost an hour long. I did 10.17 miles. My average speed was 10.5 miles an hour. I burned 265 active calories. My total calories was 348. And my blood pressure per minute was 100. That was today's bike ride. It seems to me that all my bike rides have been about an hour long, doing 10 miles. It takes me about an hour to go around the park for 10 miles. And when I first started riding, I didn't want to do 10 miles. I just wanted to just enjoy the evening. I had my safety lights and my headlights and my rear lights flashing because it was getting dark out there, and sometimes cars pulled into the driveways or out of the driveways rather quickly. I don't want to get hit by a car again. When I was living here in 2009, I was out riding my bike throughout the city. And I was living in Sarasota at the time. Right now I live in Bradenton. I was living in Sarasota, and a woman went through the stop sign and hit me while I was on my bike. She had 3 kids in the car. She was driving her Dodge Durango. She was paying attention to her kids bouncing up and down in the rear seat that were not using seatbelts. And she went through the stop sign and hit me. I went to the hospital. As I sat there, a police officer came up to me and said to me, "She said she didn't hit you." I said, "She did. Look at my bike. My bike's all smashed up. I have black and blue marks." And because she denied it, when I got home, I called an attorney because someone had to pay for my injuries and for the damage done to my bike. So I took pictures of my injury, took pictures of my smashed up bike, and I took pictures of everything. And within a day or two, I had an attorney's representative come to my home and ask me a bunch of questions. And I showed them my police report and all that stuff. I went through a chiropractor for 6 months. That cost her insurance company $14,000. I wasn't after her insurance company so I could make money. I just wanted her insurance company to pay for my injuries and to repair my bike or replace it. I ended up buying another bike. This was a lawsuit, and I settled for like $4,000. Not a big deal. My brother got hit on his motorcycle, and he settled for almost $30,000. So that shows you I wasn't after this woman to make money. I wanted my injuries, my hospital bills, my chiropractor bills to be paid. I don't think I should have paid for anything because it wasn't my fault. So that was that. That's why today when I go out, I got flashing lights in the front and I got flashing lights in the back. Even though when I got hit by a car, it was during the day. It was clear as day, blue skies, summertime, yeah. So, anyways, that's how my day was today. I had a very restful day. It's starting to become a habit with me taking naps during the day, and I think it's contributing to me having a hard time sleeping at night. So right now I got my laundry running. I put some chicken in the oven. I'm going to go take a nice shower because tomorrow I go back to work, and when I leave work, I have an interview tomorrow for my part-time job. It's going to be at Outback Steakhouse. I'm just going to wash dishes and clean the dining room. That will be my duty. If I get hired, I'll try it out and do the best I can and see how it contributes to my financial goals. I hope you guys had a wonderful weekend. My weekend, as usual, is quiet and peaceful. I'm having fun riding my bike in my evenings. Now it's just, I think, 4 straight days since I've been riding my bike. And today and yesterday, I've been doing 10 miles these last 2 days. And I'm close to 40 miles this week already. I think that's great. I feel awesome. Before I go to bed tonight, I'm going to check my blood pressure and see where it's at. Last time, it was 117 over 77. When we speak tomorrow, I'll tell you what my blood pressure was today. You guys have a nice evening. Bye-bye.